Let's listen to a Band 9 IELTS essay. Healthcare costs are increasing, and many governments are finding it difficult to balance their healthcare budget. Do you think citizens should be responsible for their health with private health insurance, or should the government provide free healthcare for all? Discuss both views and give your own opinion. Healthcare is a basic human need that no person can go without, which is why research and investments into healthcare are so common and important. Although it might seem fair for people to pay for their own health needs, the government has a duty to its citizens to take over healthcare expenditures. It would seem that responsibility for one's healthcare lies primarily with oneself. A major concern is the fact that many diseases and illnesses are largely the result of poor choices, such as smoking or eating a bad diet, so dealing with the eventual consequences of such decisions should be borne by the person making such choices instead of burdening the taxpayer. Not only are some illnesses self-imposed, but another point to note is that some health concerns can be quite rare or uncommon, requiring cutting-edge technology, procedures, or drugs, which are usually very expensive since the demand for these is not high due to the aforementioned rarity of such illnesses. It is also pertinent to realize that private healthcare is often much quicker and one receives better service with little to no wait times, but this obviously comes at a cost to the customer. Thus, people could choose to budget for their healthcare needs from their own income. However, provisions for healthcare are an essential service. When considering why people are made to pay taxes, one of the first things to come to mind is free or subsidized healthcare, since this is something every human being needs in their life, making it the government's responsibility to tend to their citizens' needs. On a similar note, government investment in healthcare is not born out of charity or goodwill. It is, in fact, in the country's best interests to have a healthy workforce that is not sick often, retires later, and lives longer, so that it can pay taxes longer and, in effect, be useful to the economy. Keeping this in mind, it now seems ridiculous to expect people to pay for the privilege of being able to be used in service of their economy and nation by way of paying for their own health care, given that people already have a lot to pay for in life, whether that is rent or mortgage, food, clothing, or utilities, and the list goes on. Hence, it's only reasonable for governments to take on healthcare costs. In conclusion, it is evident that despite it seeming like a somewhat reasonable idea to expect people to pay for their medical needs, the responsibility should ultimately fall on the government to ensure that people are kept healthy and receive the help they need. If they shirk their responsibilities, it could very well lead to distrust and chaos within the country.